everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am sitting here to test out new drugstore products. The sad thing about this is I've already filmed this video once, and here I go again filming it twice because my footage was on the wrong setting and it just didn't work out. So basically, this is not a first impressions video anymore because I've already tried these products. I was gonna lie and say this was the original video, but I'm not a liar. So it's actually good that I tested them out prior to this video just because now I have a better understanding of how they work and how they wear. So if you would like to see me create some sort of a look using drugstore products, please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to first start priming my eye with a non-drugstore item. This is like a good start to the video. This is gonna be the only thing non-drugstore I'm using today, but I just haven't found a good drugstore eyeshadow primer. So I'm taking a little bit of my Benefit Stay Don't Stray and working that into the eyes. Okay, so for my eyes today, I'm testing out the new Essence Beautiful eyeshadow palette. It's very, very, very beautiful. The name is right. It's right on the money. But look at it. First of all, beautiful packaging. There is a mirror. You get really nice pan sizes. There's mattes and shimmers, so that's excellent. Okay, so because I've already worked with this palette, I can tell you that the mattes go on super pigmented. They blend out really, really easy. For the shimmers, they're also pigmented, but I suggest using some sort of setting spray just because they do look a little bit more shiny when applied wet. So let's get in. I'm going to do the same eyeshadow look that I did in the original video. That didn't work because it looked pretty nice. So first up, I'm taking a Quo all over eyeshadow brush, dipping into the lightest shade called In the Buff. The only thing about the eyeshadows, there's a lot of fallout when you dip your brush into the pan. Next, I'm taking an Eco Tools Defined Crease Brush. I'm going to be dipping it into the matte shade right here called On My Own. And I'm just going to start to work that all in the crease. Taking it pretty high, just underneath the brow bone. I'm also dipping into the orange shade called Fired Up, so we're going to go into that. Taking that also in the crease, but not bringing it as high up. Just focusing it right in that socket of the eye and not extending it upwards. So we're just going to go back and forth. Windshield wiper motions. I'm going to take a Smashbox full coverage shadow brush, taking the exact same orange shade, and I'm going to run it underneath the lash line. But can we see how these are so pigmented, these shadows? I'm staying with the same Smashbox brush and dipping into this dark color called Midnight. This is what I was super impressed about in the first video when I tried it out. Usually with a cheaper eyeshadow palette, the black and the dark shades are not that great. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I noticed the dark shadows at the very, very bottom of the palette, to me, they don't perform very well. They're very sheer, they don't blend out well. So when I tried this and saw how pigmented it was, plus how well it blended out, it sold me. I'm just pushing it on the very outer corners of the eye, and then we're going to blend it in. I'm also taking a tiny amount of that as well, putting it on the very lower lash line, only focusing it on the very, very corner. Then I'm taking the orange and brown shade that we first used, going back in with our fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going over the outsides of the corners, of the edges, so everything just looks blended and seamless, no harsh lines. So I'm taking the new Physicians Formula 24 Karat Gold Collagen Setting Spray, taking some of that, spraying it on my eyeshadow brush. I'm going to dip into True Me, which is like a goldy kind of shimmery shade. Then I'm going in with the lighter shimmery shade, which is called Taupe Up, which is kind of weird because to me it's not really a taupe color. So I'm dipping into that as well. I also sprayed my brush again. I'm going to also take a small defining little brush, take the same shade, and just work that right into the corner of my eye. So Revlon has released new eyeliners, which are phenomenal. People are probably sick of me talking about it because I keep talking about these eyeliners, but they're so good. So for today's video, I'm going to be using the new Revlon. This is the So Fierce Vinyl Eyeliner in the shade 860 Midnight Mystery. So it's just a black color. If they had a brown shade in this new launch, I probably would be using brown, but I'm going to go in with the black and line my eyes. Okay, so the next product I'm testing out stole the show when I first did this first impression video. I didn't even have any thoughts on this mascara to begin with. This is the Marcelle Volume Extension Electric Mascara. To be honest with you, I haven't even really tried a Marcelle mascara before. I didn't really have much of an opinion on this. The brush to me wasn't my typical rubberized standard brush that I really like to use. This mascara is freaking amazing. Just watch, okay? I was blown away. So here we go. Look at this. This is one dip of the wand, okay? Can we see this? I have eyeliner on. Usually my eyelashes don't look this fabulous with eyeliner on. The black really does block it. It doesn't look as lifted, doesn't look as curled. It's easy to use. This is one coat. And because the brush is so tapered on the end, it's really easy to get into the smaller sections of the eye. So I don't know. If you are in a rush, if you need lashes to look long, separated, and full, and you do not have time to sit in front of the mirror for 10 hours applying mascara, you need this mascara. And then now I'm just going to apply some to the bottom lashes as well. And because I've worn this before, I can tell you that it didn't transfer onto my skin down here. Also, it did not flake, so that was really, really great. Comparing this to the new Revlon one, I really like the Revlon one, but I did find that this one flaked less. The Revlon one is great, but it did flake a little bit throughout the day on me. So next I'm going to be testing out the Catrice X Eman. This is their blush palette, so it looks like this. It's pinks, corals, oranges, and then like a bronzy kind of shade. I did use this as my bronzer in the last video. I'm going to use it again just to show you. Personally, I think it's better as a blush shade. Has a little bit of warmth to it. There's no cool undertone at all, so it's not going to be great for contouring. It's more of like a bronzing, just got out of the sun with like a reddish undertone kind of bronzer. So if that's what you're looking at buying this palette for as a bronzer and blush, you might want to think about that twice, just because I wouldn't say it's like a bronzing shade, but I will show you on camera what it looks like. I think it looks good. It's just not like my typical Hoola bronzer, which is awesome. So I'm going in with the Real Techniques Dual Fiber Face Brush. This is great because it doesn't apply a lot of product to the face. It kind of shears it out and you can build on it. These are very, very pigmented colors. So you can see it still does look bronzy. It's just not a cool toned bronzer. Has that warmth in it, so it does look like you've been out in the sun. I'm going to go with the same Real Techniques kind of fiber brush again, but this is for contouring. Dipping into the exact same shade. And I'm just going to give it a little bit more definition. I'm going to use the same brush for my blush. So I'm going to go in with this corally kind of shade called Shisha. So we're going to go in with that, do a little swirl. And just kind of focus that just on the very apple of my cheek. But you don't need a lot just because the bronzer almost could pass for a blush. So just a little bit of a sun-kissed look. I also go back in always with my fluffy powder brush that I apply powder with. And I just like to press it kind of gently all over the face to help blend in. Now, before I do my highlight, I'm going to apply the new Physicians Formula. This is the 24 karat gold collagen setting spray. Great setting spray, but very, very wet. Like, you need a couple sprays, not 20. It looks like you've run a marathon. It is hardcore. Now, the good thing about this, I've tested it out. For me personally, I have a combination skin. I get a little bit oily. This is a great setting spray for somebody who is more on the dry side. It's very hydrating, and it does have not a glitter to it, but it does have a sheen. So when it dries down, it does give your skin this healthy, radiant look. So if you've applied too much powder, your skin looks too flat, you need to add dimension, try the setting spray. I think it's a great setting spray for me as we transition into fall because my skin tends to get a little bit more dry, but it does have vegan collagen in it. It has glow enhancing 24 karat gold, moisturizing glycerin, so that's where the moisture comes in, protecting and lifting polymers, and brightening vitamin B3. So we're gonna give this a shake. And it smells good too. It doesn't have that like chemical-y setting spray smell. It just smells like a really pleasant, nice smell. So it's probably even too much. It has like a fruity kind of smell to it. So even the amount that I just applied to my face, it's very wet. Like it looks like I've been outside sweating in the heat. So we're gonna let that sit on the skin, but I did notice once it did set and sit on the skin, it just gave my skin this beautiful shine to it. Okay, so next I'm going to apply highlighter. I've been loving the new Physicians Formula. These are the Rosé All Day Petal Glow highlighters. The one I've been loving the most is definitely Freshly Picked, which is gold. It's like a gold kind of color. The other one I really love, which is pretty similar, it's called Petal Pink. This one obviously has more pink in it rather than the gold. They smell like a bouquet of roses. So if you are not into the rose scented kind of thing, you might want to pass. It does fade though throughout the day. I don't smell like a heavy scent on my face. It's just when you first open the package and really first apply them that there is a rose kind of smell to them. Let's just put some here first. I can show you my collarbone. But it's just beautiful. They don't have like a sparkle, but they do have like a very fine glitter to them. I wouldn't say that there's no glitter. There definitely is like a glitter to them, but it's more like a sophisticated glitter, not like a child chunky glitter. So I just apply some to the Cupid's bow, and no, my nose is not running. Just gives your skin this beautiful glow. I like to kind of buff it, taking it too on the apple of the cheek. That way it doesn't look like a line going across my face. I want my skin to look like it's glowing from within, so I just take a little bit, do a circular upwards motion. You can also bring some on top of the brow, but that's kind of how I like to apply the highlight. So rather than just doing that, I like to kind of buff it. And then I go back in with my blush brush or my dual fiber brush, and I just like to kind of not add any more product, but I like to kind of go over just to work everything together. Okay, so for my lipstick, I have two products that I've tried and I really, really liked. So the first one is going to be the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. This is in the shade 40. It's called Laugh Louder. So I'm going to go in with this first. This is going to be my lip liner. These are great because they do last all day. The back of the little lip pencil also has a sharpener, just in case you don't know that. So that way you can always keep the point of your crayon sharp. So I'm going to go in with this and just do a line around the outer borders of my lip. So now for the center of my lip, I'm now going to apply the L'Oreal 101 Nectarine Plump Lipstick. These are like a plumping kind of lipstick, but in my opinion, I don't think it really plumps. It has more of like a minty sensation, so it makes you feel like your lips are very tingly. Did I notice my lips like plump up throughout the day? No, but it was a very hydrating, very shiny lipstick, so I do recommend if you're looking for more of like a balm texture lipstick, you would really like this. Okay, so if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.